Bawumia ejane nanso a one Ghana Central for aiding common. It was a national conversation. Yenya journalists fi each of the 16 regions are omoni Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia doing common. Political journalists, social journalists, women and gender advocates, sports journalists, creative arts journalists, business journalists, international media organizations, which is a Bloomberg, AFP, near Dina, no more. Now, you have a video nitiawa. Now, we see a few part of the engagement of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and the media forum in Yayano. The opening remarks in some wakaye kakra, and then the closing remarks are in some wakaye. And the Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia can yana etoma koma sopa and say, we need a leader that has the mindset of possibilities. Kendinia or GDA see a bit to me a dream po. Kendinia utumi a dream niema strong kohun edeboa the man for. Na mpempeso edui e wo man we mono. It's quite obvious the leader to take us into the future and the next chapter of Ghana's development, and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. A few days ago, or launching a manifesto, our takrade. Last week, Menimushia had the home komo. Emma, the highlights of the manifesto. Now, Michelle Bosse, if we and ne kwa kopimte betuabano. Every episode biano, yebetu ye boase, ni ashe, niema Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia so beye, sector by sector by sector. But you can be rest assured, say, for each of these conversations, niema miensa ni ebeye. Dien ene yebaye, was our sector, no, yebebe to ye. From 2017 to now, dien ye to me, dien and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Ghana for Bosse Oba, or no so ebabeye, at the account. Now, answer now, may introduce me guest, no, moment ye, video, yeah. In some course, so near course war media engagement, every video you can create near Combra.
People who don't understand digitalization or need to, think through some of these things. This is where the world is going, and I am just, at the forefront in terms of policy of moving this in this country, and that is why some people don't understand. I believe it is possible for us to leapfrog technology. And for us to do this, we must have this mindset of possibilities. That's why I'm saying it is possible. We are always, timid in trying to do things that are not even done in the advanced countries. We think because it's not been done in the advanced countries, we shouldn't even try. But we can leapfrog them in many areas. So, but if you have an impossibility mindset, which seems to have been pervasive in the NDC mindset, everything you want to do, they say it's not possible. But if you have that, your development is limited. But when other countries are going to Mars, why would you think earthly things are not possible?
Mohe and Komo Koso, our media engagement here. Never in the history of this country, and a vice president of the Republic of Ghana, and now even a presidential candidate of this country, he has subjected himself to such grilling questions. 4 hours of questioning from the media fraternity. Ebin see that. Presidential candidates winning media for the deed in Comonia there. But the kind of conversation Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia media for the kind of brutal questions, the kind of complex engagement, the kind of frontal confrontations media for any Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia any abutre or Gina and Nanso at 20 boas ye in Semnanoa. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia deserves a lot of commendation from all of us. And for us, the young people of the New Patriotic Party, we are very, very proud of him. And we believe that as a leader of this political party, he is the man to lead us to victory come 2024. Nabotre, na hofama akwan ofaso a odi yi nsem na no oto ne bo ase make sure say on kasa ngu mframa mu keke na asem no oka na wachira ase asem no ubisa na oto ne bo ase ema of facts no ene figures no utie ne nkomodie ne nsem yi na no enye I will do this, I will do that, I will do this, Debbie. Every single response that Dr. Manu Bawumia be mano okokofa free dia ye di kan aye any foundation aye lay no na ode ne niswade hu no enya ejina sa foundation so. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is telling a complete story, a story that is looking at where we've come from, where we are, and where we're going as a political party. And I believe say some ne dia komapa is so nsem or kenimwa so far or no penny political leader and a presidential candidate ne policies no policies are mechanics wom dressmakers wom barber for caterer for lawyers, teachers, lecturers, doctors. Obi owo man we mu bia fa Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia manifesto na ohun ne de ewom. Ye mame mu omani fi elderly 70 84 ewom. Ye nuanom ma ye mame nom ewom. School for ehun ensem ewom. Businessmen for ewom. Omo mu adwuma ye no mo mu ni adwuma ye. Obi a ehun ewom. This is the future of the Ghana that we are all looking forward to. Na ye ka ye ke nyine yi ade be chen ya former President Mahama when ya kwan akwa akogina political platform ye campaign kan wasem cheche wasem mu magana fonte dia wo se wo ba wo beye ukogina wo se na wo su se usu nyina ne se NPP fo akwa ye media engagement a day after wo manifesto it wusu na manifesto no ya MPP for amakwan ma manifesto na anchende amagana for anka ho asem anche eno omkoye mu media engagement. I mean, how can we lower your political bar no so low? Say wujidi say the entire Ghana for ndi wo manifesto no nkomo no because of media engagement Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia here in a day after our manifesto launch. How? Now Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia launched the manifesto 18th August. You go so can 18th August and then 29th August. Ghana for go so can Adentina, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia de no 18th August no. 11 days after Ghana for go so can Now we hear what the question the year na Ghana for jan ka. It is because at the end empty. O manifesto na o mampinda da wo de ba ye no. Niema miensa. Manifesto nsem a wo ka kire 2012. Say yen to abama no ye gina so to abama wa. Wo baba be ye o mampini na wa ye sa niema na ma ye no. Wanye for 4 years obedi o mampini no. Wanye sa niema no. Dodo na wase akwakofa ba ababehye manifesto wum. Number 2, o manifesto dodo na niema woto wo bo ase wo twen ya MPP for the manifesto ba ye no. E na wo fa ye de no. Baby yesi ye be 1 no, wo so be 2. Baby yesi ye be 3, wo so be 4. Baby yesi ye be black, wo so be white. E na wo de aba. E na finally niema wo de ahye o manifesto mi niema bebre eguso a ye ekoso o man no kra ye ya ye di hu. Wo so ba obeye. Clearly no, you are not in touch with the concerns and the things that keep the Ghanaian people awake at night. What they are say MPP for be 8 years in the 20 o money ntoma wo. Uni plan bia, uni ideas bia. Na mama come asembi. Or say yeah media engagement a day after the manifesto launch because you say kata the manifesto no so. Maybe some question. Why you opposition leader for 8 good years? You elected 1.5 years as presidential candidate for the NDC. As a MPP for Beko primaries, I elected Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. You Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia barely 7-8 months ago. Or you the first public address on February 7th. You were August 29th. What's na say? Emma papa na ye no 1.5 years after ye wo no. E de the manifesto date eba abonten as I would do date eba abonten. E da ye announce ye say ye be ye manifesto launch on the 18th of August. Ade e chen ya na umpeni for started some church on Facebook wall. Say mo so be your manifesto launch on 25th. Why didn't you announce your manifesto launch date before ours? Why did you announce your manifesto launch date immediately after we launched ours? And ye be Obe catch Ghana for a day after ye kasi be the 18th from. Obe catch o say obe ye 1 week after ye launch ye no. Ye be accuse we say we ye bibia kata ye so. Because we know the value we have. Think about it. One launch o manifesto 6 days was 7 days after launching your manifesto. You had the 18th, we are the 25th. Some manifesto launch now will launch here. No, other than year we are launching 1 week after year. No, young man country will say, "Oh, yakata year so." 1 week. So clearly, say, "Sa draining the day with Timudia and enumerate." Mitsubi to be Jina Wakase, "Whoa, I dream on wood." The entire will fix it manifesto exactly 1 week after year was because now what doing you say, "You launch your manifesto new year, Ghana forecast was from Monday to Friday. Now by your day Saturday, now they are kata year so." Then Yami on pebone. Yamia on tie nipa bone for as 7 fan year DNT. O manifesto no empty. Now manifesto was say woba obema disco aye 24 hours nkola be ko disco anopa akopem adwuma akopem next day no Ghana form ranti e pay adwuma aye no omo pay adwuma aye no wo say woba wo di disco em na me kan ye me say mombo video no baby o mampeni former president Mahama nkase bie nanum ton e kase obema night club aye 24 hours no me say me kase wie pe ba no sipe mombo sa video ne mame enye me na me ka wo bie wa no e kan say wo ba ade ba ko a wo de beba ne say obema disco night club aye 24 hours now what the manifesto say ba e be de na yaka ho asem who will talk about such a manifesto dodo na ye niam wo fa wo twen ya wo opponent launch ne de wie pe na wo ko share dem na wo fa ne manifesto no e na wo fa ye de no se yesi e be ye 1 na so be 2 yesi e be ye 3 or be ye 4 to the extent that niam a wankasa wakasa tia a wonim se wankasa wakasa wo mpe enya de papa ene wo di na share manifesto nim because ye share de mu kaya yefo oto headpan na de mom so mom fan so niam ene Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia aye hostel a mom wa o training omo ene o de share the manifesto mu say obeye bia ka ho tie ene o de share wo manifesto mu say wo obeye vocational training amaka yi kaya yefo na wo aban mu na wo mampeni na o de o tax kaya yefo na wo yo mampeni na o cheche pan mom so mom fan koso ade no all of a sudden Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia de share the manifesto mu nti so de share manifesto. If the manifesto is empty, nobody will talk about it, Mr. President. It is not because of your engagement be a day after our manifesto and a Ghana phone count manifesto in one sem. The 8 month count manifesto in one sem say manifesto no BBA nim GDA nim do one woman papa no so copy free ho into Ghana 40 year no because say yen any other free senior high school buy ya wo de kwasha manifesto mu say wo ba wo mo be ma free senior high school na ye year on to ma because on who the enti anipa no de buy ya no mo wo betumi any year asen no TVET and a free TVET and collar workshops et say abroche car assembling plant it will be catch a Ghana for say wo ba obey TVET here omo nka o manifesto no one because o copy free NPP for unimu yenso ensin omo. So please stop telling the Ghanaian people, stop crying, stop wailing. Say and our manifesto the entire aton so many because a friend is a media engagement a day after. That is not correct. Your media engagement originally was scheduled for 26 June. And Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia catch a and say, "You two your boss now only the manifesto we manifesto on the media for this year, and none as ye can't in seminar, a bema in seminar in a swap. It's a real manifesto pay, and your shadow say, you be a media engagement the Sunday. Now, why your media engagement? Now, why your manifesto launch? That's our manifesto launch, no? It will be a media engagement, no Katana as well. It tells how empty your manifesto launch is. We believe that we have one of the best manifestos we can have in these elections. In some way, women and some way winning as well. Going into the future. And that is what we are here to discuss this evening. And you may, Ebusua for Madaroma, Yensa Aka, Manifesto Committee member, Anoka Education Manifesto, Peninfo Motina Secretary, your manifesto no in some fa Humesuya, and Honia, the normal Checheto, and Homasono, or Sanso a Deputy Director General, Emma Ghana Education Service. You need to be didn't come now. What say a dream poor, a tar, a Homesuyan, somewhere what Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia manifesto. We boom kakran. Not the Amay.
Discotheques, our nightclubs, our hotels, 24/7, 24 hours a day.
Dr. Kwabena Bempa Tando, Memoakwaba. Hi, the next chapter show, Hana Obieti, especially Gen Z, Hano Munity. Now, adeɛ baako ma next chapter yɛsoro nko ne sɛ woba ha yɛndi atam yɛgye di sɛ Ghana ni bi ekwakoto aba ɛsɛ otumi nya nyina so a ɔde beto aba ɛsɛ sɛ obi ekoto aba otumi nya nyina so a ɔgye di sɛ ɛbɛma ɔman na kɔ n'anim no nso akɔ n'anim ɛto aba nti aha no yɛnkasa nti obi yɛndi obi atam yɛnkasa kasantwi sɛne asɛm ne tie no na yɛde ato deɛ yɛde agye si yɛ no so wɔ next chapter ne sɛ wotwa ntɔ yɛba bɛka no korɛ no wɔ ha na yɛde evidence no akyerɛ Ghana fo nyinaa nti enwumre yi yɛma wakɔ aba
yɛnua
na yɛwie manifesto yi education for ɛkɔ sɛ
ɔbɔ adeɛ nkyɛ adeɛ yɛwie manifesto biribi ɛkɔ kama yɛtumi akɔkɔ media engagement kakra ahyɛ aseɛ manifesto no mu ɛne adwuma pa ɛne nneɛma a Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ɛnse ɔde bɛba na ɔde abɛboa education ɛne deɛ yɛyɛ ɛwɔ education mu enti no wohwɛ nneɛma a Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia so wadi yɛnim ne yɛde atoto akwan mu sɛ ɔba a deɛ yɛbɛyɛ de atoa deɛ ayɛ ne so no bebree na te sɛ de menua wo ka no nkɔmmɔ no a wo sɛ yɛbɛdi no ɛwɔ sɛ yɛdi na mu mmiɛnsa deɛ yɛba bɛtoyɛ ɛwɔ 2017 emra yɛ handover ɛma ɔmanpani a ɔte so na Nado Danko Akufo-Addo de yɛbɛtoyɛ ɛwɔ education mu ɛna afei so no de yɛtumi yɛyɛ abɛsi enemre mu a mene ɔte ha yɛtwetwe nkɔmmɔ yi na afei so no yɛhwɛ Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na mi so ade hu ɛne baabi ɔpɛ sɛ ɔde yɛkɔ ɛwɔ education mu te no ho nkɔmmɔ na agya teacher ni maba bɛtena ha teacher ni so de ɔba no ayɔ let's
mehwɛ manifesto ni mu a yɛbɛdi nkɔmmɔ na manifesto no ɛsɛ education part no say expand educational opportunities for all. They say going into the future, and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia so dey hu say you be education no be to me nyakwan akobi.
Nyakwan akobi.
Then no the fapem saying where have we come from? Why are we discussing this at this time?
Well, menua the bedi kan. Emre a ye share asia na 2017 the eba beto ye. Na education mu no beto nneoma bi ana enhyeda enye papa. The edi kan eka a ye beto ya na da ho 2017. Na ye ka bebre. Na o hwe bibi a friend feeding grants for College of Education for nko ana. Na President John Dramani Mahama ne running mate as amre no a minister for education. The no one kasa de nsa share here a your friend hand over notes. No say o de ka over 36 million Ghana cedis. Ah won tua e. We ma so College of Education for aduane bebre so ontumi ntua ka. The oho no say bibi a friend SHS subsidy. No de ka over 24 million Ghana cedis. Ontumi ntua e. A capitation grant, the NOAD President Kufuor de Baya a ma basic education. It to me, the was a year of basic education at no cost. No, or the muka over 8.4 million Ghana cedis. I won't try. We share feeding grant for special schools or more. Or more special schools, ABOBia, Nasontia semi visually impaired for any or more physical impairments or more special schools. No, and also no, ni or the Omoka. Omu feeding grants in 4.7 million Ghana cedis. Ni ntumi ntua. Se wo bekaya every time bia na yetiti wo tape so ye na ehu bi wo TV so. O say chalk kra ontumi nto.
Me ma mo chalk.
Me ma mo chalk ne.
Ma mo chalk china.
Ma mo chalk china. Sa me ma na ye friend establishment supplies. No kre. Ontumi ama chalk no chalk na etumi ko free di buy kra na ye ntua ka establishment supply na ye de ka 10.6 million Ghana cedis. Professor Jenano Pukwajimanano or Denensa, Eshasie. So Bekaya, or Muye Bibi, and Mraya Babetua Bana, must say, supply sandals among Kola, sandals in Tiaka, near the Hoka over 2 million Ghana cedis. And then Omoye uniforms, so near the uniforms, near the Hoka 3.8 million Ghana cedis. Additionally, just before Ye Babetua Ban, Omudim Rikako 5 vehicles be brave, 500 vehicles at the buy. 500 vehicles no more buy no. E hoka 36.2 million or 36.3 million dollars we put the enye cedis. And no so na Professor Jenano Pukwajimanano attract ho say ni nia ye ka aida ho. Oba de encha de ye buy Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia running mate as Amre or no Minister for Education or Jijnemu Etias Academia, Dr. Matupoko Prepe. Utias Academia, a manifriho. Inti abani buy no, ye be class annual manimia. And yen unqua. Challenges are never ho. Ushe basic education, and then you go access. Problems, it be more into me nyakwan enko school, especially wo free junior high school, ako senior high school, na access. A problem my pa. Now we share school infrastructure so are still no na edwuma wo ho bebre was say
local school infrastructure they say school dying, dormitory, dining hall, classroom hall near there.
No so no na edwuma wo ho bebre was say ani nia ebo access. Then curriculum na ye running. Na ke curriculum na ye running no na ache ye review ye almost 20 plus years ye to me review curriculum. Tina curriculum ne kra de broni friend ne relevance to the ye kire na ye wo ho problem. Intina no so ne wo say ye ho adwuma. Enye no nko a special education you are making na sankola ne so more access ne ade no ye wo challenges bebre. And then of course the Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia abeye ye beto aso bebre digital gap. Ne wo digital gap say teacher ni kra bebre na obeso computer mu kra to de bia na edin ana say especially nkoda no na omo digital skills no e wo form panti na challenges bebre so wo and na poor learning outcomes nkola no kotro BEC ana so mo kotro wasia nkoda no mo fail etiri bi kra na be 70% na na fail ntina learning outcomes so no na ho ato chema bebre ti anu ni nyoma a ye beto ye a ye sha ase se ye bedi huduma ye sha ase se ye bedi huduma no se me ne wo bebo nkomo na meji mu kakra me papa mu kakra free de ye basic education. There is secondary education. There is TV.
You go straight way. Nti sa challenges here, difficulties here about 2 years. Na ehun sunsanso ne say na dey na man ba. What was the effect on the Ghanaian person?
What the dikan say you fa access na. Na so wo hwe access ehun sunsanso ya na de ba na me tumirika akọ street. Free SHS and as a senior high school. Na access challenges e wo ho. Measures here free by 2013. 2013 ni ma admission Ghana aban ma admission to nkola no emu over 90,000 entumi anko because of access challenges. 2013 2014 nkola over 113,000 entumi anko 2015 nkola over 115,000 pass no way o ma pass so no mutifie 2016 no kra ansa na ye hand over ma NPP no nkola over 111,000 e pass ya.
Let me say assembly na ye can say because numbers these are hard facts. Numbers be na ye can say before free SHS na FBI yen call average of about 100,000 a catfish, you know. It's correct.
It's correct. So the mabubu actually average more than 100,000.
Yeah, FBI catfish.
Oma pass anko mbetumi akọ school pe enso no mo tena.
See the honsun sanso ba kono no.
Honsun sanso ba.
Okay. Enti doc yemfa enti at the primary level, which is the early stage, you know, quickly between early years and up to me finance junior high school. No, me a boy nearby buying we are ye be tougher quickly. Am I in here?
Me bomb homody. The edikan curriculum ne anase the edition koda anase ye no. A buying us some curriculum in such a way say teacher for no more modernized, relevant curriculum. We share curriculum from KG to primary 6 as I say you use standards based curriculum. Where standards based curriculum no. Teacher Nina adie no ochre no onchre said the be akola ne ko echu poor pass and forget but ochre ma akola ne nya more project based learning inquiry based learning said the be akoda no ohwe no an environment otumi apply curriculum no de osua free mu no to the environment de bia ya me de yen for example ne say I say mini miracles stay here na bia wa adwuma kakra ja o ya bolu man kakra otumi esi ni dan kitu ebi ni dan no opeso swimming pool kitu ebi wa chidi first na ka teacher ni be draw the your friend cube not the two board ne so or say find volume na akola na measure cube ne ha no a measure ha no a measure ha say because of the relevance na ye nti no ye mbusa akola ne say find volume by be ka tra akola say miracles person we see swimming pool no swimming pool opese ni mu 3 feet opese mu 2 feet opese mu so san 3 another 3 feet nti nsuo sen ne bekom a volume question na but ya boa akola no ma waye more application.
Okay, nti no ye one aspect.
And one aspect. Okay. Number 2, so we share the yetumi ayeso e de aboa in terms of we na Ye levies a free.
Okay.
It is a say, no, so ba eco school affairs near GG, PTA fee, Kitwaha, near exams fee, near G textbook fee, near G, sa levies near ya abolish it. A buyer be fast on your money.
And how does it help?
A bois obia sabi only be our no super send a bar to me sukuno. At least no, onya ni yemo shishine se me baby ko school ye be pamunu manaba fee.
Me kai pass a school be an ewo me constituency to two. I think to praise be also. Tama na MC, you know. Parents they be want to be school work or teachers and say, "Oh, mama, man, go exams." Because teachers and say, "Akwala ntu ya exams fee was a PTA." Na parents they say, "Ah, na me bi akwala nse so ko school." Na ya kasa.
Na esi bebre. E to de bi kra akwada kotro ne final BEC in sohwe. Na PTA fees and I say levy kitu ebinti went to me antro. E to de bi kra so akwada kotro ne wasi ya odi be free wa ko university. Na bia enso hwe be mienu ana miensa ya ma na antro obehwe na science ya ma na antro obekwa akohwem na bia PTA the problem ya.
Na sa early years digital classroom na transfer and na kwesi saying what exactly?
Ya ho adwuma bebre ya won kran de say ye to ye ni hwe domekwa benya ya model bako esi ho as say ni ye hu say technology and as digitization no ehu nya pa e man koda na eni ewiase no bebia ye ko ewo ewiase mu no ehu hia pa as digitization no ye betumi a
video ya documentary on de ye hwe sisi ye domekwa benyafo kg ewo uko atomic down obi mu say ho. And this is the new KG block after the
The new KG
the type of block is a YC.
Say we share model KGs na YC na. You make sure say nkoda no ebenya ehho akademia na teacher fo benya ho akademia.
Tablet na the smart classroom block na the smart blackboard na the nkola you see. That's a type, that's a new
model KG Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia si oba. Obe make sure say ya ye no baby bebre ama nkoda no so enya access we. Ushe building nankasa so infrastructure na me seen in such a way say a dino for me protective environment man kodana if so akoda ketwa de it to be oba school obehwe na we pia bontin a ye pese or stay in a confinement
the way we see no nti usi upiefe classroom ma wo compound gate down
intini nia no ye free bibi child safeguarding ye disagree ni nia to na ye design
intene to share that video here boss here you can realize that as a most of the private schools crack cages are yedi enkola no kono because we be to Montessori nti odene ba court Montessori no ejap public school there I think the new way no it's quite an improved version. So for the JHS students no we court secondary school no what is it that this government has done?
Minia measures here free 2014 to 2016. So we share 3-year group na ye public senior high school kodana. Na nkoda omo school mu nia wo Ghana ha no. Omo ye just over 800,000. Ntufa form 1 4, form 2 4, form 3 4 public institutions. Second cycle institutions and as senior high schools, any senior high technical schools, any TVET institutions near. No, omo ye just over 800,000. And free SHS buy any access abantino. And neya minimum can say, ufa form 1, form 2, form 3, you over 1.4 million students. Ewe schools mo. And no bro almost 75%.
1.4 million.
1.4 million students.
Let's say, and Canada na free senior school, but when I secondary school, you 800,000. You can say at the time.
At a time.
And 1.4.
And 1.4.
That's an additional 600,000.
Additional 600,000.
600,000.
Yes, which is over 75%.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, that's uncola way na for free SHS, but for free community fee.
Community fee. Omunya bi enko.
Okay.
Free SHS buy yeso no. Said ye Ghana for MJ ho ninti no. Na ye share said ye nkoda na beba no. Inki betumi aye de na aban dada na ye libi no. Da na ye friend pass no way. Yes nkoda na o ma pass no. Omo na omo kakra betumi akona ombe kodan no mu no. Yes yo momra. Nenso no aban ehwe so ehwe bibi e friend double track. Ye did double track buy and you use existing infrastructure na e dey absorbing koda bebre.
Doc beba double track no be breaking eden.
Double track basically ye dey buy no. Na ye say koda no bebre beba school. Inti na wo 5 year form 1 fo a na wa che omumu mienu.
Ade ntina na wo che omumu.
Wo che omumu mienu a se de be ya fa atena fie na e fa ko school no. Na watumi enya enough ewo infrastructure existing infrastructure no matumi akom ti omo no kwa na omo wo fie no we mu makwan a no mo so aba be shim nti na wo hwe school na yefa nso wafa form 1 for no wache mu mienu ana wafa form 2 for no wache mu mienu eno no ye no for just 3 years
nti kama mfa double track and bank de ne
nka nkoda first year ne ye double track no ke amfa double track na nka nkoda and the exact number is 181,993 children combat na fee 181,993 children combat na fee
kan ye double track
and double track and combat
na say classrooms na wo ho na e be fa sankola na enoso komu na be katire fee
komu betra fee na so ye double track ne bae no sankoda ni nia etumi ko suku emra ye double track ne kura bae so dede bebre bae say quality kra ebe kofo
nti ade ne say wo ye school ni free no afedi o hia ni bia ba betumi akobi nti aman numbers na e ba school na doso first na ye tua ne de owia osio ama kosua depom kojo kosua carpentry because he is scared obeko but ne aban ba ba ni free nti nipa na doso nti sa nipa na doso no so no na say school there wo no susa entumi mfa nkola ni nyina nti aban had two options either say aban be decide it's okay school there wo ho na betumi afa nkola do say 181,993 no entumi mfa mo nti the cut off point beba wa wenya grade up to grade 14 bia no ntumi ko school na mu nyama ko katire fie na se de be ya classroom e obetumi afọ wo mo nti mo solution na mo de buy from the education sector ne say omo di kan ko school ne makwan ya school ne dan mu da ho nti mo ko fie a na mo nso mo kan na mo so mo yeden baba nti mo so makwa ta mo so be makwan na we mu so akwa na yeden aso so that was a double track
a double track say ye pese ye tiasia I said me free Medina na me be sing na makọ circle me tena car num e free Medina no me kọ circle no car ni 2 ye na ayema obi ba no obesi spanner osi spanner no akonya ne da hokwa nti mate ne be fa obi fufura che mate ne fatene mu a kwa e do 37 a obi so besi osi na kwa ne da ho a akonya ne da hokwa no ne ya fa obi atere nti double tracking nia ne say instead of say school nkonya ne be da ho emra ya makwan no yemma nkoda no bi embetena san konwa ne so ni yemfa teacher fo kakra san nkoda na ya form bad later no a teacher fo no bitumi a kire o
it one yen sa na chese nka nkola 181,993
omunko school onko school
it one ba na nka mo be na tena fie
eno ne problem ana ye wo no wan na ba ene yema ne tena fie so ohia ni ba carpenter ni ba teacher ni ba doctor ni ba anase hwan but the aban no hwe ya a mo kan ni say obia ba enkosuku
enti enei from 1992 when I say current fourth republic ibepemu every year bia na eja nkola close to about 100,000 traffic
no mo traffic
because of that scenario
enti
na double track na kozi sen
but your double track ye na ye check nkoda no mu mienu ye ni 3 years ye free 2021 eba nti free 2021 aba no ye nche form bia mu form 1 fo nia wo fi a omunia wo fi form 2 fo nia wo fi a omunia wo fi Form 3 4 nia ofia omunia ofie schools na ne ye double track wo mu no two things happen ye infrastructure intervention ye dormitory classroom administration block dining hall assembly hall ye nyoma bebre e ma say school no mu ahenhan kakra inti ne say no form 1 4 nia ye de omubom form 2 4 nia de omubom form 3 4 nia de omubom inti ye eno no wie ye na say ye transitional calendar mu infrastructure no eya dia ye started double track so ye share Ghana for bo say ye the nyoma betutu kwan mu ema between 5 to 7 years no just a double track transitional calendar bibia ye betumi ayi afri ho nti se wo hwa dia ye share 2018 na ne 7 years no 2025 ye be rem
nti se me no ka say what's a double track first no kolare ko school a form 1 form ko no ye chew mu yellow and green
say
nti yellow for no be ko school na oma be fie na green fako nti ye ni yellow and green
nti
omo mo formal is omo ni yellow and green
Debbie.
School be no yellow
nti
double track no say it's over
say no transitional calendar
what currently is happening no day
transitional calendar where form 1 for ni abom form 2 for ni abom form 3 for ni abom nanso because of dodo na ye fire nti na we say 2 cohorts e bia form 1 and form 2 pe na wo school na form 3 4 e wo fi ama.
Plus we provide more infrastructure.
Yes, but form 3 4 na makwan na form 3 bia.
But that primary challenge initially na about 2017 2018 na there any hobby.
Any hobby.
Nti ene ye ni situation na form 1 form you no mte mantem. baako ye green baako ye yellow
pacho de
form 1 ni baako school na baako fi
pacho bi sa
as we speak so form 1 for nyina wo school nyina wo school
omuni ha wo school
so form 2 for school nyina wo school
omuni ha wo school
oh I see
sa na ya hyehyɛ no pe
I see that's quite interesting and see before you move on to the other part of the conversation how about model junior high schools now Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia kan ho asem no classroom blocks we don't mean who now say be crowd say university say yes no and no it's saying I'll show some of the pictures of the model junior high schools but what is it
model junior high school no dear Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia all can say secondary education no so wo hwɛ sɛ deɛ free SHS by abie kwan na kyɛ sɛ akoda ɛkɔ secondary education na obekɔ school a kɔ wie senior high school to obekɔ school a kɔ wie senior high school no ɔhyɛ ase wɔ junior high school na infrastructure wɔ hia science laboratories wɔ hia physics ne chemistry ne biology libraries ne adeɛ nia no yɛn twɛn mo ndru secondary school into new junior high schools a yɛsisi no yɛbɛbɔ mmɔden a make sure sɛ saa nneɛma ne nia bi wɔ hɔ sɛ de bɛyɛ akoda ne hyɛ school ase a every junior high school one na the same quality infrastructure no eno ano bɛkɔ akonya ɛwɔ secondary school
na ɛna ɛsɛ buildings ya musi ɛn buildings kitwa
ɛyɛ buildings
ko hwɛ video the pictures of sa new classroom blocks and musi for junior high school asa brochire
sa pepepe ne yɛpɛ sɛ yɛyɛ efi sɛ adanti na ɛwɔ sɛ yɛn deɛ infrastructure akoda bɛkɔ mu school no ɛyɛ soronko ɛsen obi deɛ
okay so doc ɛnɛ yi nkola dodo sɛn ɛna ɛsane free senior high school nti ɛnɛ yi ɔmotumi nya opportunity akɔ secondary school
me nua sɛ wo hwɛ free 2017 a yɛhwɛ free SHS ase ebesi ne mmerema me ne okasa ya nkoda a ɔma benefit anase free SHS a benefit ɔmo no individually no ɔmo yɛ bɛyɛ over 3 million bɛyɛ 3.1 million but sɛ wo hwɛ year on year it will be benefited from 1 benefited from 2 benefited from 3 there then over 5.7 million beneficiaries year by year.
Nti Ghana for kola 5.7 million and when your opportunity akɔ free senior high school. So we are going to go into what Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is actually looking at because what are early years, what are the transformational plan, you kwa benya school no, what are GHS 17, what are challenges, any solutions among the buyer, what about do senior high school and how it's solving a lot of problems and how the poor are getting access to school near there. Before you get to us from that aspect, technical vocational education, and also know what's you're doing. What's happening to that aspect?
A buying buyer, no, you who say you bet me a quay name so mine dear. Na ye share grammar education, ni share TVET. Any anasa TVET, ye share technical education, vocational education, skills training, any Sami money, and you're buying your and that's what the new matter to a quemu, and make sure say no so no, ya sister who be breed, dear kind. A buying as a son, a mrano, I dish education mono. Emma Mrami no at 1023, I dish regulation no, ya the TVET, and as a commission for technical vocational education and training, or mono mubesha home curriculum on some, on besha home accreditation, and in your money for technical and vocational education. Now, buying some remodel. Education, pre-tertiary education law, no. It's a say Act 1049. 1049, no, Part A, GES, and a Part B, no, a buying Act agency for crowd or share technical and vocational education. And then no Ghana TVET service. Since 2021, a buyer pound to ma, I almost share
technical vocational education. I don't see a free,
but I don't see a free. To say free SHS now.
Nti say akola no wie school no person ye technical school no so ko ni free.
Okoni free pepe.
And no so no how has the numbers and no institution so be na nya in enrollment.
Emra ye sha se no na ohwe technical and vocational education ya aban ba so 2017 no. Na enrollment any number 35,000. Se see am no ka say ya fie etwemu ya. Over 100,000 children.
It's no so double.
More than double crime.
Na enti eno no some of my workshops in the idea no and so I didn't remember no Mr. Mombo some of the pictures, the videos, mon show videos and pictures of the new technical vocational workshops and I was saying canon. Here kasa wo technical school. Ura me kai la PSTS. Ura la PSTS. Oh carpenter for table na.
And no business so bench near the plane.
Bench no near the plane is so near there. Omo moye auto mechanic.
Yes.
Ni nyina e book so. But now look at this. We share nkola esua video ye kwemi nkola esua
the Osha state of the art centers.
What's there?
Ye ba ye no ye fa 32 TVET centers across the country. Ne ye upgrading in to state of the art. Said the year she nkola is say almost auto mechanical almost the most recent technology and almost metal works almost the most recent technology into sha say no state of the art technology centers and as a TVET centers 32 of them NESC across the country. Yan fair no kwa the near friend NVT ya upgrade area no and no ye fa NVT is a Ghana hania any the friend OICs your friend opportunity industrialization centers no so we show OICs so you upgrading it to secondary level ninia no say no is part of the free TVET program ye running e Ghana ha wo hwe enye no nko skills and jobs training na yetumi de ama nkoda through CTVET say ye jobs and skills training de ma nkrofo mawie either junior high school and say even we senior high school ono a pese o hye ne bibia se no ye ma eno so bebre ne ya hye mukina na me nua de de wo mu kra so ne se ye hu se TVET hu hia ye establish TVET Ghana TVET service establish CTVET regulating no ni enim say a teacher for no mo hia special training nti tertiary ho no university ba ko Kumasi as say your friend Akintin appear menka schools of development and entrepreneurial studies
I know when
e wo Kumasi uko kwada so ho na between Prempeh College and Yasantwa university ne yate specially to train TVET instructors.
Oh, I see.
Inti ade ne yadwin ni nia.
What's your university saying?
A friend Akintin appear menka University for Skills Training and Entrepreneurial Development.
Mompe Akintin appear menka university pictures and ye nyina ye ndi ho ada.
Inti sa university no ye share that ye said the be ya TVET na ye ka say ye hyemuke na no. Na teacher for training ni so.
Say na ye University of Education win ba. I train teacher for ama a friend say nkola omo secondary school.
I'm used to some
the short say work Cape Coast University near the NT. TVET for so almost modern no.
Training na is the TVET teacher for
so until you've done it for the grammar until you've made a transformation for early childhood. Made a transformation for the GHS model schools here secondary school made TVET dey na here STEM and STEAM. Come ma ko hu bi wa abomosu. Abomosu dey if you have the abomosu video.
Yes.
Wo hwe abomosu dan ye si ho ya. As a friend say university.
Abomosu dan.
So say a lot of the colleges in universities here.
Yes.
And no must say some aeronautic engineering. And I be more mechanical engineering near there at the secondary school, aviation studies near there at the secondary school. What is it? What is it about the STEM, STEM on schools that we know?
Well, say uhwe area se no baby aye kwa. STEM no science, technology, engineering and mathematics. And ye can STEM so anache say all the arts na ababiship. Inti eno no ne baby area se yeko. Into the digital future na ye can and as a fourth industrial revolution anywhere the world is going no. So would need a STEM background na. Ya na den say we be participating in the economies of the future. Into Ghana so ye mpese ye be kechiri. Into ni ya set STEM education ni bebre ye STEM schools. STEM schools ya wo kan abomosu aye hwe. Ebi so pesempe. Ebi wo kwase akrodie dia esi ye se aban ni so de be university se de wo kan ya. Yesisia beye 8 or 10 model schools. Yesi ye no ye di mu bebre na STEM. Na nyes those schools nko ampo so na STEM ekoso. Wo hwe ye regular institutions they say Presec ne Achimota ne St Thomas Aquinas na wo ko
Isakra high cram was STEM.
Yeah, was STEM center.
Lab bi.
But wo hwe STEM ne so any especially robotics any hu coding ne ade na. Ghana ye ni bebre fa ye nkoda mo manfe. Manfeges. Oma kwako.
Oma
international awards ni ana se man kan so se Miami School Prempeh College.
Oh, somebody
awards ni bebre me mate kura bebo me.
But the mama be take Begis for girls the day.
But girls yakoye nim bebre.
Ayo mo special kura.
Na boys ni so akoye nim. To sha overall edwuma ye.
You see how them say we secondary schools party and no one Begis. We you at you kwap man free wa.
Girls schools.
We you pass free wa. No Begis. Na girls schools so dey Begis and no one.
Me ni ase wo hwe dey at say dey me ni o te ha ye di ho nkomo. Na che say aban education no de yetumi agye ni se de yahye mu kena no ama education a ye ni akra na abeye kra behwe e wo Ghana man mu ha ene wo hwe se de Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia so opese wo toa so ene neniso ade hu foundation a yesi na wo se dan papa ene osisi so
intimate wi a ye ba ye na early childhood no enkoyi ya be sakra mu kakra emma ene ye introduce modern ways e between enkola no at that way ya hwe basic school no GHS ni ade model GHS schools are YCC improvement aba BC mu ene pass rate aba esane sanity ye de hyehyɛ aba ya makola bia nkotena fie ne de free senior high school aba ye de ba ye mu ohawo ne niema bebre wo ene ye beka ho asem later but at least anya hwe nkola dodo na eco school nkola over 100,000 no mo katena fie ene omu nyina eco school wa ma ya ti asekura say apparently in the year 2018 aka yamfa free senior high school double track amba nkonkola 181,993 na be katena fie yenim se meba ana wo ba se wonua obi nim be ne omu nyina tumi akọ school secondary level no so mo chechemu mo the technical vocational education aba e mama pagem it's sound say ni yenya about 11 companies e wo fi wiase afa na nyina omo hyehyɛ cars nti ye training college no makoye dwuma e wo Toyota mo nyina hyehyɛ cars wiye waka stem abomosu school ye hwe enen college o secondary school no osu aviation osu aeronautics ene nioma nanka ye ni mo secondary school mo su bi se de mo na brofo no be compete on be compete ni ade ye be take a short break bi na yaba na yakoba na fidie yaba be hwe what the next chapter is say niema yakeka bone tofa yakeka nyina yi eden any the next chapter of Ghana's education then na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia essay or the eba abeboa ye man yi ehomesua ensem na commercial break ni de o mom betwom no so yakoba na de essay ye beka yakoba doc ye bazia
na anano me no di nkomo
yeah
na 24-hour economy
yeah
na me ka se matese yese esese John Dramani mama e kan se even disco ene night clubs ni nyina ebeye ye beye 24-hour na eba ye minim se nkofo kura twetwa bia be kire wo ne ade what is what kan ye etisen
kwano ne kasa me ti se okradibia ti sana na me bwanka na no fa me obi fa ne no kabe kamu no kre se ene die emse me hia ma contaminate no ebe kasa ebia na ye anofum na ema ebasa na kwame romantic bia krebe nya me na mfofo kra bebri enu anajo kra opinyi ba ko pa bi efre bia osio ono wako disco na bo na tambe na mekobedie but in fact discotheque ni die se na ya dia minim se oka bibia ti sanka tempa no ka medro telefoni bi matensi se no ebia onyakwanya samba sekanta na omomodi anon correct
ba wenu ayi wofa wonu se bia ebe frɛ mu keke enanya de bia na bia omini se sana obeye no
na ni ekoba ye ni discotheque ni eyi ya na migina so abeji ho tinye se ni so se oka bibia to se bize manti ade amanti so maswanti mani ehu mi ma medi ho adanse na mom nipa bi no mo nsema o makeka kire me ni o mo twitwa kire me in fact me no ka say crisis here e kwa me nya voice eyi no nya eyi na o mo twa dia ma me ena me na vvo na o mo ne me kasa do skura me bi so o mo say mo nya voice na kasa tie say if na ni mo abaye because politics na ye anything not until say kasama fo ni bi baba be kire mu say ampa say na ko ye no I'm still afraid no me to be honest with you. Man can me say, well, say ya just so kind dia. And ye ne bia wo no ankasa be chiemu dia gina so nti ya wo gina ya. O de kasa because ono and after sad day, you know.
I want as a part there. Says not until say bia on ba be chiemu na kasama fo ba be chiemu untiase yi.
No, discotheque ne dia kwa me no nko ade. E ho ne dia ne kamu no kwa me ya disini. Then is the idiot ya on fight me mon ka se bia ye leader akoka asem na me gyina bedwamu agina akinye da bi nya saa na me gye akinye no but adwimu no man kin ye me say ye kan na say discotheque
any night club
I 24 hours na wi a o me ye adwuma awia no be ye adwuma no ni nkyeremu no beba say wo mo be ko shift no anadwo no ya wonya kwan ko disco no wono so wo ba obeko disco nana but don kwame se nipa no kwa no ko shift anadwo na obefia ehia se so wo home ana meboa ehia se so wo home na onya anwode na de tia watimi asia ko ne night shift no na ana se ebia discotheque na ebeye weekend maybe okon night shift na weekends no and weekends no so cry no said ya yekai o 24-hour economy na yekan wa sebla na say weekends ni na no cry no e say ya running
mo amohwe the former organizer of the National Democratic Congress ya papa ya wati jaya ugina radio so mutie mo hwe video mo hwe ya oni Kwame Nkrumah kese ye die chinje se onji ni se obi akwa betime bi na no kada se obema disco aye 24 hours in the police or the bre man no se ye beko disco no pa kwapem adechen ne policy or the ban ugina peninu so direct bi so ka chen you na until say Kwame Nkrumah bo video no kire ye wura ya botija no njindi ono ko ye ndisi peninu no njindi but ye de bia se ma meka ne se ye pu se ye mpu Ghana for yenso ye de yenya ye no NDC omsi ye konso ye den a omnya ba betra ye konso ti be manage nin kakra sa ye beto ye nkomo so doc ya kansem no ache foundation a ye le ne ade nyina se de bible nie nyina ye bible nie ya kansem na ne ade. What is the next chapter of Ghana's education? What is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia promising the people of this country? Now they are all promising the FAPEM and the Manifesto imua. Must say expand education opportunities for all. Nature say yem bia munagane di bia ntu binya kwan enko school. Sasa netie.
No correct. Sa pepe.
They di kaya be kai wa ha. Must say increase the stock of student accommodation in our public universities and other public tertiary institutions to address the housing deficit on campuses and make them affordable. We know such a thing.
Well, the Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia can say ye chef free SHS a di hu komo bebre di bedru say na. Nkoda ni bebre na air pass. Omo pass so no nan university any omo next step. And as a tertiary education any omo next step. Ti nkoda ni ba tertiary na air doors no. Na o say ye hwe se de be ya ye betumi accommodate sa nkoda ni nya. Na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia sa kan say wo hwe kra abesi sese ya ewo no. Said ye sit education infrastructure. Wo hwa ye sika bebre na ekoloke ewom. Nti o se o pese o buy economy num, o pese o ye ma nnuma bebre ba. Nti no se wo hwe ni plan for increasing the stock ne kra no o se or the private sector investors ebeba. No mo no SCC adan no omo sisi adan na aban elisi efrem ho. Nti senka aban e bi adan no cost 10 million. Senka aban be yin 10 million e dey seed adan no. Na 10 million na lock at once for the next 18 months no. Private sector ni ebesi sa adan. Osi wie on 10 million na. 10 million the interest kakra to so. No dey high aban e be over the next 10 years. E be every year be aban be tua be 1.5 million. Indika sa 10 million na aban be use na nepe no. Watumi stretch it over the next 10 years. Ama sikano bebre hu atono. Nti enu no ka ho so a obetumi increase stock ni bebre. You are improving the economy. Private sector is participating in the education sector, and then more people are getting jobs in the building of the infrastructure as well as the management and maintenance of that infrastructure. Nti enu na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Dr. Tosumino ewo Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Manifesto on education say introduce a free tertiary education scholarship for persons with disability to remove financial barriers to pursuing educational goals.
Yes. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia or share Ghana the entire population. Who share Ghana entire population as census a year in 2020. Say about 8.4% and that's about 2 million Ghanaians identify as persons with disabilities. So disability, hearing impairment, visual impairment, physical impairments, other learning disabilities now, about 2 million Ghanaians. So what share your schools muswa in Kwadano say ni ye na persons with disabilities by your school muno also. But usually what share persons with disabilities na bebre na no ubehu say omo challenge omo financial barriers any being able to say obenya tertiary education ako. Into Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say persons with disabilities so contribute to our economy if they have the right training. Into no obia or disability bia na wetumi pass secondary school. Wetumi nya university mu kwan no. Obeyi sikaseme free ho e masa nipa no wetumi akọ university no wawia no so wetumi abe contribute to the economy.
Say me ko Kwapama school. No Kwapama school is one of the few schools that you students with special needs.
Yes.
You're especially visually impaired.
Yes.
It's me class, me pure arts, CRS, literature, French. It's no more class. Now, Oma being say bibi no. It's the only thing I affect your my sikano. Because we say, you know more special abilities no. Ya na omo ka do so kakra.
No correct.
Because the obeya mama no. This whole year, mo be mienu miensa say wetu bi amade do sam pempen so.
No correct.
In most of our communities no, omo ko school me mate be bia me no ko school bi okwapan. Omo wi omo ntumi nto so, but omo ben.
No
In fact, one of my mates I'm in a classroom, Celeste Sikanku. Oh yeah, DJ. I think unique. One of the most brilliant young chaps you will meet. And today Celeste is doing what he's doing because onya kwan echo school. Wicked Scorpion. Obia ko Kwapama school call Legon bia dem Wicked Scorpion. Wa being no say a politician. Wicked Scorpion. Now, Wicked Scorpion any year politics you would not even believe say our special need and also our special ability. And it's all because onyahu kwan ko school.
Okay.
Now you know what's normally.
Yes.
Because omunya kwan ko school na you train omo so that they can harness special way ability no one for them to live a normal life.
Yes.
Nti ade asa ye dum kan ya light of Kwapama no. Mo so mo dem ni o ko mo say mo sorry mo so mo be ko bi ni ehwe. Because all those ade asa say sumu, say yesumu. But they live very normal life. Obe picking attire red no. Obe picking blue no. Ono abesi na attire na wahata. I lived with them.
Yes.
Nti that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia can persons with disability free to share with me. I was very excited.
Of course.
Because I know a lot of my mates, I mean, no movie Kwapama school. What special needs, to my class, to me and to us because of this cost. Because you see, Kwapama school is especially built for them.
Yes.
But free or not, be seen called Legon and not taker. Environment, and yet so much developed for them, like it was for Kwapama school. So it becomes more expensive.
Yes.
They need a lot more to be able to thrive in that environment. So a lot of them fall off. For me, if you ask me, this is one of the best policies that we are going into next year with. And I'm not surprised, say, former President Mohammed Area. Oh, you know, launching your manifesto and no fashion did.
You know, Kwapama is one of our Ghana education service. Your flagship schools are your friend integrated school.
No, of course, the school beyond no, and the flagship. Of course, flagship. I know the me as for Kwapama, the sense you won't say secondary school. Kwapama school. Let's say no, if KG. Kwapama na KBC University kwa na bibinti ya. So kwase the.
It's one of our flagship integrated schools. It's a share Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia kra edwuma oso obeyama persons with disabilities. Also integrated schools no so obehye mukina. No the more aba. Said the beya persons with disabilities no benya more opportunities for integrated education.
It's a very good initiative.
Kan so asem so aye interesting is doctor. So share Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ni full manifesto no ma. Ubehu say baby under section 8.52. He specifically talks about special education needs.
Okay.
One fine numpo anko share education as yo. On my non kwa ni separate section.
Inti for the benefit of our friends and our persons with disability and special needs. In Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's manifesto, there were a whole section. A mass special education needs.
Yes.
And me, I can relate.
Yes.
Because I went to an integrated school like an Kwapama school. And I know what it means. I want more opportunity. Yes. My class, they know this second, visually impaired.
Yes.
Visually impaired.
Yes. Yes. Now, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say, new buildings be a BCBR. So, we will use what is called universal design into moving forward. Building be a basic for education beyond universal design. Universal design, nature say, onipa neni ebi visual impairment. Obedru punano, and you so busa sem patrol a dime be ye the braille ebe to door nano or the nesafa so be who say toilet ni anase office we ni and dining room ni. Universal design so say obia ebia wote wheelchair mu no wo ko floor bia wo ko bia ni either ya ramps e ma to make call anase lift wom e ma to make call. Universal design so ekere say wani ebia wani hu ade papa na anase bia waso enti asem no say waso enti asem anase wo hearing impairments na wo universal design building mo a say ye fa ne say fire alarm e kwa ye pin a wonti bi no fire alarm no ubon say ye de bibia bomu a kanea air flash na wo so wahu say ade air flash e wo se meko enu ni ade a Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia si obeye
woni reti akasa be say no em say former president mama all we are free tertiary for PWD when who special education needs session na one main manifesto ni no once ye wie manifesto launch no we na ye de to abonten
yes
into we no hu ye no far away into onim kra say ye a whole section and special education is a bit no
yes
into we say no na say ukodi de chi a afi obeba no hu implementation
no correct
because we ensua enwie and I think it's a very good idea for me knowing what it means to provide that environment for special needs children, you know, it's a fantastic idea.
And also Shemu Kraso or say you better a teacher for say because of our 28 special schools here, what that better a teacher for another 1,000. I've trained you almost specifically on special education. And Sana will be also a college of education, no? As part of your initial teacher training, no, there will be a section on special education needs. So the bear will buy even in a regular classroom, a teacher will be able to identify, say, oh, Kofi and now Kwame and now Kwabena.
We additional
support. And as I say, to start training, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, what is special education needs? And as a person with disability.
What I'm saying is, it will be classroom. Exams be a baby, we fail it. May I remember very well when I was in Swiss, GHS. Pepe be a koi, and a teacher could be identify a colano. You know, you need fee baby are not tea with you on the back chain. From the very day a colano better na front row no. When deep one come beyond fifth position that apparently not naso and share that tear but nobody has noticed or identified that.
And tisa teacher no and no me bonsem amasa teacher no. Those are the teachers that are doing marvelous.
And those are the special education needs teachers now.
Teacher will pay attention to Nkodani Nianu who say Kofi and now Kwabena na ama na Kuya.
Tell me Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia for 1,000.
Before 1,000 of them. No one more must start training.
Doc, on the education manifesto, I say scholarships. I say integrate scholarship databases across all public sector institutions, managing such schemes to ensure full visibility.
Yes.
Expand eligibility for the student loan scheme
to
include all post-secondary students, including certificate and diploma programs.
Exactly.
And prioritize and direct significant proportion of national scholarship schemes towards the training and skill development in STEM. And ensure gender parity in award of government scholarships. Me patcho we na say anything.
Okay. But them the best was saying say we should say Ghana scholarships, you can scholarships. Your scholarship secretariat. Ghana phone ya you scholarship. You get fund. You scholarship. And your state enterprises, GMPC, Ghana Gas, Goil, any different ones almost mass scholarships. Omunia no obia ye ne de in isolation. Nti se onye obia ebia or yes smart kakra te se minimi nua ye te he ya. Or apply to get fund. No dimrika san ko scholarship secretariat. No ko GMPC. No ko Ghana Gas. Ubehwe no no nko a no scholarship ka betumi aboa nkoda afọ no. No no nko age. Nti se Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia se obe align ni nia. Se de be ya yesika na no ebe kofa. Nti ka akoda bi obetumi age bi for me even 4 institutions no. Nti kese se ni yetumi boa nkoda 10,000. Na se obi age from 4 institutions na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia se ye di ni nia ye behwe ni nia mu no. Ubehwe ni yetumi aboa nkoda be 30 na.
Because ba koda no nya 4 no at least onu benya 1 na me se bi so aba. So that's what it means.
No, that's what it means.
Nti na okase expand eligibility for student loan scheme to include all post-secondary students, including certificate and diploma programs. I don't know.
Because so we shall say student loans e come more tertiary and so more degree for.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Inti no cry first year for pon kan this way do second year because of guarantor system. As I say year free why I no guarantor.
This year no unfa guarantor.
Unfa guarantor.
Me kai me brave pants am nye bi. Unsa be ma me teacher.
Yes.
Inti me call Lego na mpe snit loan. Ye di be 4-5 months when you no be sign my.
Say no wa Ghana card inti no. Ye di loan ni ma wa ye nim say ye betumi attract.
It is a because first year me real ma betumi apply.
Say aban na hwe say de be ya call first year na betumi apply.
Inti me nyo how bia na betumi akọ. Inti me nya problem bia na betumi enya na me kosko. I see.
And then they also or they can when they say wo hwa because of your priority on TVET and technical and vocational education. Obi wo ha owie senior high schooler. Ebi enya 4-year degree program na okoye. But okoye certification program.
Yeah, certificate in IT.
Certificate in
database management.
Yes.
Oko polytechnics or more DBA.
Yes.
RSC.
Exactly.
Secretariat.
And I say bi okoye certification in other forms in the vocational area. Because of our focus on that, any post-secondary.
ACCA for Christ, no more scholarship.
Say or ba
yeah, chartered institute of marketing. Now call UPS and now call ACCA and I say my own scholarship.
Say obia we post-secondary, whether certificate, whether we a diploma, and I say degree, between your student loan, we access to student loan. So making sure say continuing education, so no obia and
because what boy on here in the banana secondary school free. Obe hiam bo amana ko invest. The solution no any solution in say ye be ma ye yi guarantor system na free ho.
Yes.
To unya admission first year na ko student loan trust na ko gi loan.
Yes.
Na fa ko.
Yes.
In fact we ko to more assurance letter. Na they akoma invest
na funding ne ko invest
in ho.
Yes.
So one ko anko ye degree ne bia ko ye ACCA, ko ye SEM, ko ye secretariat course so
still no
student loan bi. There's a solution in there as well.
Yes.
Okay. Also prioritize and direct a significant proportion of national scholarship schemes towards training and skill development in STEM. Okay, and the NTSC.
And just you.
Into science, technology, engineering and mathematics. The hono
obo shebu kenya ho pa if say hono and the national development sa digital age ye komi the new fourth industrial revolution is looking at the sciences, engineering, mathematics, technology.
Doc, my manifesto, education, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia manifesto, they about say implement in full the centralized application processing services for tertiary institutions. You apply once and pay once, as you say.
Minia, say obesha, say me senior high school. Me person me ko university. University no ebia me afena me besha here me pese me apply ebia mafa KN University mafa Winneba mafa University of Ghana me the Cape Coast aboso me say the UDS aboso emu 5 ne o say me koto ebia forms ebia 300 400 ma to ebia forms indi ebia 5 universities na me pese me apply kono me tua be 1500 and 1008 based on forms ne
ko pension na obeko
the Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia can say say no sai universities near the omubeto central application system so nti ubeto form no
300 cities
1 what the application need 2 ma you best send the applications na come 5 universities near the obema admission offer a obe accept no na don ano na
nti ubeto be admission efi ebia 5 or 6 universities na wa hwe dey open sasa na mo America
sa na ye ne pepepe say kra no ya start kakra e wo colleges of education
nti so say full implementing
full if say ya sha say but say o person the universities ni account say the be ya who apply once
because
now,
have
application ko be bia
eto de bia to be nya message o say o mato legon form ba mpeska ko to Kivas forms
yes
mpeska ko to KN University mi say me be ko university mi to KN University ni legon na mpesa me koye law KN University me ko interview omo si o me ni lawyer bia obi fi nti omo mfa me do me fancy e brew e tell me say me nya law bi it's a good fellow mo be no omo di masa mama
sabe
nti this time no you don't have to go and buy forms from all these universities we be chi omo so akwa nti wo to baako no mo send admission offer no nti dia wo pe no na wafa so in the US obi to be nya MIT, Harvard, University of Pennsylvania admissions be office be no afa baako
universal application system
okay
1 na why in US nko UK craso
Okay. Doc, in the manifesto, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say establish an open university. And what's anything?
I know they are tekra no many age.
I know they.
And currently I'm no many age. Say open university. Basically, the Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia can say open university is leveraging and I say a technology infrastructure. So, to the end, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, odi anima wo ye nia ye improve your technology. Ye say no. Na ne niso ade hunu no. Say technology infrastructure, baby, I will be our access to mobile phone, or access to internet, or access to laptops, any idea no. University now, because say, University of Cape Coast, now person kwa. Nasa u free mikro mu go so. I just say o peka free go so, eko sunyane anan crime. No peka e dey free crime, e dey akọ Cape Coast, and say we to me akọ school no. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say open university because a see technology so no. Trago so we to me akọ sa university. Open university so no. Say oye ne saso a free SHS ema nkoda na graduate bebre no a universities are ye wono omo infrastructure classrooms ne dormitories ne administration block entumi contain omo nia no open university betumi ama pressure no akofom
Open university the crack say we betumi a university degree online
but accreditation no is still the Ghana GTech and as a Ghana Tertiary Education Commission.
It will be now with degree. So now you're not. As I broach, I said we say we Ghana for my degree.
The other
is Ghana who be see no say University of London and as a London School of Economics. Everyone yes or London.
And
they say be reduce pressure na we universities.
Bebre and ebema open university so no. Ebema sa no kra no so wo hwa ye betumi kra de revenue generation. Because of Liberia or Pagana University. No, what's not Liberia, no, European University, or Liberia, who, o pipe, on so your cania, on Tanayan Cunyaso, any BBS, no, the Miss. And I may you man, invest. Pagana, I may you man, I may co-invest. Inti a Bema working people, national any opportunity at their co.
Those who, after completion of their tertiary education, have secured jobs will be exempted from national service.
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Adrian, who say, economy no, any was here grown. National service, Emma young people Omeria University, Omunya skills development kakra, and a face no, Omunya training kakra ne revenue, and sika kakra, and sano to me any full job. But the Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia can say, Enkodani be brave or hoswa, Orie University na, Eduma be besofa. And also Orie University na, or entrepreneur, were to me a shane Edumas. Now you say, on tena fie, no unquire national service 1 year, Edumano and Fano. The Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia can say national service no ehunya. But say if you can prove after Uri University say menye juma ewo miracles ejuma mu anase menye juma ewo bank yi anase menye juma wa ha, then national service no you will be exempted. No way to me akwa ye juma. Na aban afocus on mo nya adwuma no in the national service and no cross to me ma aban etumi share national service no mkena and the other trainings ka ho mo nya adwuma.
But you know that's very true. Because I remember those times you all lego no ubi school no. Once you are in school, ebi omo say you got aptitude test.
Yes.
In some of the institutions. Normal foul.
Exactly.
But I say just obey national service answer.
Yes.
To be when you adwuma ba on to be because I saw a national service.
Yes.
But this time around no, ube to akwa adwuma. And then you get your exemption and then you live your life. That's quite nice. We will continue to develop additional infrastructure for our educational institutions to meet the increased numbers.
Yes.
As anything.
Well, so we share ye 2 year new crash free SHS. Ne emra double track by assessment ye emra introduce double track na. You can see be here by 1,132 different infrastructure. Say classrooms, say dormitories, say dining hall, say administration blocks, any other be here by 1,132. Say ye tiha ye kasa se no ye wie mu by 1,000. But the aka we chire na was ye na etu infrastructure na edos no. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say obehye mu kina ni etumi ayesa adwuma na enye secondary schools nko a. So wo hwe universities so ade oso obeye no obetwa so wo honina. Na de waka dekra ne de me hyase ye di nkomo me kan ye say oso obe or the private sector investors so beba ni etumi make sure say infrastructure ye hia ne ano yetumi apia yetumi amana konanim ni yetumi accomplete sa nyoma ni ne afri ho se de beya di hia ewo yesukus mu efa infrastructure ho no yetumi enya sa nyoma ni dia e de ato pepepe dan koda ewo so buko suku o menya access.
It means that sa infrastructure development na yegusu aye no ye de fix it sa free SHS any other universities for accommodation near there no. Mamudu Bawumia is committing say Obama private sector bim.
Yes.
Ne be to me content them. Because clearly no ade bako manager and they say aban pe scanning nyina ye nene. Scanning ni ho. Nti start project bako 3-4 years ni enwie. But for the private sector bim.
Yes.
Na private sector na ba be CC hostels ye ne dormitory blocks and class na aban ahai.
Yeah, and BOT. You build, you operate, and then you transfer.
Ne no be boa ama private sector no kwanso to be for adwuma because obiom so onye adwuma ye any ade
na BOT no kwanso yes an wo be a friend BOMT you build you operate but you also maintain so the be mra wo transfer to abana is of the same quality.
How does it also cure some of the challenges in free SHS?
A cure challenges ni bebre because we share free SHS na two main challenges are na wo ye infrastructure we na eba no ebe cure infrastructure challenges ni a. Number 2 feeding. Actually, be a say in Colane Diane and Munsem. Say a buying Sikanan, Cordebeko aqua share infrastructure mono. Sassican is say no, a buying it to me in your breathing room and as when your space kakra. Obey to me a design Sikano invest in the other aspects of free SHS.
Oh, yeah. So now buying here 20 billion this year, not the school dying. And no here, a 15 billion, a feeding.
Yes.
Siko when you na 11 billion. Inti ochemu kakrakra. Inti untumi ye we. By now you know, it's not a private sector ba be ye adwuma nti. Aben kreska ni nyina. Obetumi dia share feeding na feeding na yeden akoni. So we would have solved the two major challenges, you know, even once and for all.
Amazing. Now so osa e can say especially on the feeding part any skills training tino. Obe revive school farms. Ofa baby to say gene Ufa baby to say so gakope.
No, you so my model. So my has one of the best farms.
Yes, some school farms I can see.
Yeah, how can you launch a Greek ministry launch a planting for debe for the secondary
school. And then you can remind that.
No, I ain't the secondary school there.
But the Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia I call round so when who Ghana ne say ye was school farms and I say school lands be bred that of family. To say obe revive school farms working with the private sector again. Look at animal husbandry, aquaculture, any agric ankasa so planting. Niye yes annual money we no so best support school feeding, both at the free SHS level as well as the
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say he will protect and enhance the free SHS TVET, which is truly transforming lives and changing life outcomes for millions.
Yes.
Since we started free SHS, enrollment has increased by 83%.
Exactly.
We are building the foundation of a well-educated, prosperous society. With free SHS, we have achieved gender parity.
Yes.
More girls are getting secondary education, and the impact will be positive for society.
Yes.
And I finally will say, we will recruit more teachers at all levels with improved conditions of service. I have no see anything.
The Edikai, answer na free SHS ebebano. Now we share secondary schools more gender parity. Can't wasemi. Now we share percentage of girls. And as any percentage of boys, so for students 100 be or more public secondary schools more. Ne mu be 36 and a ma, and some mu almost 67 or going to 70 no. I am mema. But say no because of free SHS into gender parity. Usha free SHS into no say you fire secondary school now fan kwada 100 bia. E mu be 47 48 a ma, and some mu be 52 a mema. Anti gender parity aye close. Number 2, Osha access any gender parity. Last BEC train cry is the first BEC register ya a macra edoso same mema. Intino Osha not say no yen no a man so eko suku ni bebre nti Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say obebe kisho say omudru senior high school and say free SHS ne so no omunia bekoso etumi aba suku mu na omatumi akoso akosku no na okase obe protective free SHS. Minyana mene bi di nkomo say obi ahye bibia se no no betumi ahwe no waye ne yi sintu say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia e born na nado danko ekufu ado echidom na almost di free SHS bae e ma free SHS aye no de wo hyase no betumi ahye mu kene fi so no te ase no nim be de wo se wo ye a o ma de ne yeye nti eno na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia o patche so say support wo so de ma teacher for aban ne bae wa ye nioma bebre ama teacher for wo hwe teacher license na ye ba beto ya abanya hyemu kena kama ama ye duru say teacher ni license bia obenya no sa license no otumi because of articulation agreement nti otumi de call other developed areas and developed countries e de koye adwuma or say wahwe e ma say wo ye teacher ni say wo kwa akochira de o KG say wo kwa akochira de o secondary school teacher ni bia since 2022 because they are elevated colleges of education teacher ni bia ekura degree and ode aba into obehwe na afi so professional development e wo say yede ma teacher for no wahwe ne ya hyemu kena abanya na introduce professional development allowance e ma teacher for the first time in 2019 into obehwe kena e ma say professional development allowance ni say so akonanim obaye ya hwe nioma bia ye frɛ no professional learning communities and so say obehwe kena into adwuma na ya no ono ena wabo echi doma ba bedru ne ena ono so no de nim de ato hwa ma ye de edru ba bi edru ena o say no obebo moden na wa hyemu kena na yakọ enim.
Nti I think that basically what you are saying is that opposition party now omo kaseti a free SHS no say omo o say in fact say all 2 billion cedis are unfinanced free SHS. Abai we are spending 129 billion cedis on free SHS.
Yes.
Or say on 2 billion cedis are unfinanced free SHS. Or say he will not implement free SHS on the whimsical promises of a desperate politician. Or say free SHS am a quality of education a confirm performance a year poor. And colonial resource by yana a yeno. I feel you say omuni teacher for na kabuma area. All of a sudden, ye kwa kotwaba into aba or say a fedie. Me no me ba be free SHS ye ntamuntu aba wame. Now the question is, ade nti na me nto aba nti ya de ono de ade ne ba ye. Na me nto ma wa na wo nigide wo no. And that's the biggest question that everybody keeps asking. And it tells you how he still believes a Ghana for was short memory. But before I ever go into that, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Manifesto will say offer incentives for teachers to buy one vehicle each with engine capacity of up to 1,800 cubic centimeters. I think say 1.8.
Yes,
1.8 liter. I don't know what exactly is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia talking about. Because it's what teacher for yes. So what is this supposed to do?
We say no, na a policy a wahodada. President Kufuor or man penny dada President Kufuor or this our policy by said be a boy teacher for and to be other public sector workers and more to me enya car almost the bekwa juma e de ayomonema policy ni wo President Mahama ba year 2013 and no announce say omwa teacher for saa de ne de boy teacher for no
obetwe teacher for car na President Kufuor the buy na teacher for to me nya car omu import ya na so mo to munya tax waiver when the twemu
President Mahama 2013
I see
and na otwemu se wono de saa moa ne de ontumi fa mo o se saa moa ne teacher fo hia pa nti wo san de aba na o ba so no me sure say public sector fo omo ye adwuma no obehwe no wa make sure say obia o ye public sector worker teacher ni nurse but a teacher fo na omo wona yetwemu mo no or say or no or best Sunday about if say teacher for who ehia no pa ni adwuma pa.
I think that at the media engagement or try to explain
or
church
yes.
So we import you so what our we just our tax waivers no and I say tax incentives no.
Yes.
Need to be money bono.
A bono e perform.
Cause I can no na e bia wakoto car efi abrochi e be do port duty no. Na ye ni nyina efi wo ma we ye teacher ni ana we ye nurse ni. Now the aba and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia so say we koto local assembly plants and so of course unim so omo so no tax near there be ye fi na money born na dey
yes
aba
say no crash so na wo hwa e be improve local manufacturing industry and as assembling plants
absolutely
because all of a sudden Ghana for GES Ghana Education Service nkwa education workers no ye be 400,000 almost
so be a pebi
it so be a pebi na be a policy every 5 years so say ya. Now imagine assembling plants e wo Ghana ha kra se ye kase ye nkran free amana ne emba kra edwuma a beba omo ye TVET ni asese assembly plants ni behia omo se mumra me ye edwuma o fi se
odaba
edwuma aba nti no de Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia o kanini aso no na economy na na odwe ho se de be ye edwuma no e beba bebre na
doc nti ye share sa manifesto nsem on education ya mawo boso bebre in fact details ni bebre na wo manifesto can see them, but these are like the highlights. There are a lot more in the full manifesto, 260-page manifesto. Though. what is the big plan going into the future for education? And it's already anything.
The American said Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, well, who said into the future no technology so here. He's talking about digital age. Into share education, say of 5 pillars, and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia can wasp. Pillar 1, early grades and the primary. Pillar 2, secondary and technical TVET. Pillar 3, tertiary. Pillar 4, lifelong learning and complementary education. And a pillar 5, Samuel May near was education, finance, and infrastructure. Ushe niano or the technology. Early grade said the beya technology mukina, and as a digitization mukina, any future looking. Ushe secondary education, future looking. Ushe tertiary, future looking. And sana usanshe lifelong learning and future looking. One of the key things in lifelong learning, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia can wasem no, technology hubs, or person or use libraries and they support those technology hubs no. Na o make sure say obia enya opportunity. Adeba akukra so esan me de. Ya go kind manifesto na be hu say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ehun say wo hwe lifelong learning ho na bibi wo ho a o friend of prison to work. Yeah. Well, who say ya incarcerate obi anase obi akoye bibia e de na tum no. Wo be gya no no okoye den. Onsan ko bokro no bi o mana. To Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say obema education in the prisons no. Washemu Kenya say the be ya and no crime so crime reduction. Crime beba from pa. These are some of the. And
now, about crowds what me here to handle school dropouts.
2 dropouts. Yeah. A friend out of school children intervention.
Yeah.
Say ye be dada running organ education services. So far, ye to me in Kolaba 17,000 a free streets. So any school drops out in Kolaba Munko school edio maba. Now Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say ye be expand even to street children.
So no, say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say Dr. Bawumia so the Ghana card and the baby basis no.
Yes.
Send me yawo wana wama Ghana card number. Inti in the manifesto, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has indicated say on MMDS ne be carbon.
Yes.
To ensure say yawo ye be track.
Yes.
Because he expected say wo Ghana card ne be wo GS database we say wash school
at the time abenya 4.
Into be the 4 no. Now or expected say wo Ghana card number no. Ghana card number no GS system nim.
Yes.
It who could 5 ni ehu Ghana card no GS. Yeah, run a system na ye be say exception report. So na can write him.
Yes.
In kola ben ye wo mo menya 5 years so mo ko school mo nyamba school. Mo nyina mo din beba. Mo Ghana card no so wo ntie ni mo maame ye ni mo fie ni house number. Ya ba bi say ade na kola no enko school. Say mboa bi na wo hia na ban ya bo na oba na ye den. School. I think that's also a very important policy in the manifesto.
And then at the about so no so be boa yen e wo ho ne say. Say no ebia me ne me ba yetimi kuro mu go so say yetu akọ akuapem yetu ko akuapem no go so be report say me ba no ye den drop out.
Yeah.
But the system ne ba ko a me ba ne din free go so system no bo akuapem system na centralized GS no ye be hu say sa akola no onye drop out relocation ne bia ama ne ba
still odo system nim
and no so be boa child trafficking.
Yeah.
Adenti eno na ebetumi am ye hu say adenti na akoda wenya 6 years all of a sudden we free her no wakwa akotena kuro yi so one ne maame na wo ho ana one ne maame ne papa na wo ho de ana enim say nya child trafficking but say one ne maame ne papa na wo ho a why na afa akoda no ede na ko ho akoda no wo permission so be wonti we nia no so ka ho na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say implement bi a friend no safe school or student garden to make sure say baby akola no ewo bia no aban
enti obi ka che say adenti ne am o se obeye nyina onye ne sisia clearly no based on the same work any name wa cheche bunya kire say wo pese da chi wunyi wo ye doctor untumi nso yin fi class 1 na nkonko ye doctor
systems
this wo ko primary school wie wo ko GHS wie na wo be ko SSA esa ne say wo nim say wo doctor da wo pese wo ye nti wo select courses no kra wo nko fa ye CRSEB wo be fa chemistry biology physics elective maths say na be ye betumi prepare towards becoming a doctor. We did not have a Ghana card. There was no way as our school dropout program and can be to me here. Because based on the Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia described, you needed that national database to be able to do it. We didn't have a situation where you want a award card, a friend is a Ghana card number. They can say a better tracker. But today, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia can promise it because the BIA Druno, you do pempen so beer. ye betumi e de saa nhyehyɛ na ba because of the systems ya build over the period.
Okay.
Dr. Kwabena Bempa Tando, Deputy Director General, GES, any member of the NPP Manifesto Education Committee. Yamisha. Now, we did say in the weeks and days ahead, no, the rest of the BM near between common so near to your boss because you and I know say the account wants some highlights kakrebi. In the manifesto, the full manifesto itself, there were plenty other issues into me nyakwanye den and can want some. Definitely we are going to come back and speak about it. Gentie the Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia a catcher to okra media engagement now or the closing remarks are on my end. Yentie in sema so
when you look at the work that we have done, let me go through some of it. For the first time in our history, first time since independence, we have a national ID system. For the first time. For the first time in our history, we've championed national ID at birth for all children at birth, together with their birth certificates. Never happened in our history. For the first time in our history, with the Ghana card, you don't need a guarantor to get a student loan. The first time in our history, Ghana has a comprehensive address system. We've struggled with this for 60 years. 60 years. It's only under our government and with my initiative that we have a comprehensive digital address system. For the first time in our history, you have 100% access to financial inclusion in Ghana. For the first time in our history. For the first time in our history, we have drones delivering medical supplies to 2,694 facilities and saving lives. 540,000 flights have been made so far to very remote parts of Ghana. Daily, they are going an average of about 100 flights a day from each of the 6 drone centers, saving lives. So many lives have been saved. Women in childbirth, needing blood, people who have been bitten by snakes. We get the report that the drones are saving. And Ghana is the whole world's largest medical drone delivery service. The whole world. The whole world. Our people can sit at home and enroll in national health insurance from home and renew national health insurance that they had so much problems with. Today, people can stay at home and buy electricity credit and pay their children's school fees and other things right on their mobile phone.
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Tony Boase, a church in Semuimu, abon in some tofa. We share papa nim, na uti in some waka. Munyenya media about to Muhuna Kumem. Say Nakume Mufa. He is a unique politician, Yehu Niseso in a very long time. Maybe I may come and say, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is that fine line of a politician between a politician and a technocrat. That fine line of a politician and a technocrat. That is who Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is. His commitment, his level of dedication, his passion towards seeing the progress and development of this country, is unmatched. Me Gen if we see that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia can hear, can say very mindful, very cutesy, and very demure. Yami Aduma Kwesiada. Yebesanso betwa manifesto sectoral digestion. Yebefan sector by sector by sector. Until then, their former president became PR. Mufane say a mugu because they are also a man in Bayano. Yamana be pay. Now, ɔbaayɛ no ansa na yɛbɛtie n'asɛm no ɔnka nkyerɛ yɛn sɛ mebɛyɛ ɔmampanin no sei ɛne sei ɛne sei ɛna meyɛyɛ nti megye di sɛ meyɛ adeɛ nti monto ababa me ne mmom paa sɛ ogu so nam na ɔntumi nka nkyerɛ yɛn deɛ a ɔbɛyɛ ɔmampanin ɔyɛyɛ na deɛ ɔka ne sɛ monto ntie ɔmo because ɔmo nya 8 years ne deɛ madaroma monto ntia mo na nsɛn yi a ɔyɛ n'adwo sɛ ɔbɛto ne bo ase na waka policy kakra no ɛna ɔkɔ bie n'ano ɛka kyerɛ Ghanafoɔ gyina wɔ TV so sɛ ɔno bɛyɛ ɔmampanin a night club ɛbɛyɛ 24 hours na adeɛ yɛfrɛ no night nso so de day bɛka ho nti ɛbɛyɛ day club and ɛbɛyɛ morning club. It tells you say for 8 years in opposition no when to be in your vision biya ama or mine I am na make am ti ewie na me sorry a answer na montage no beba mo de mombo video no na mo ankasa muntie mo masum. It tells you clearly that he is not ready to lead this country anywhere, and that is why for me I think that the best hands and the best person to take us to the next chapter of Ghana's development is Dr. Bawumia. No correct. And yet no ma ye kan ye say ye ba ye be nyina na yetumi aye. And ye niam ye ni da so say ye be nyina na yetumi ye ma o man no. Ne mum say ye de kakra ye no to nchen. Ne ye de pani no say ye nsan to ma ne bi no nsan be ye mampani bi mu to nchen a. It is quite obvious say dodo na aka ye say ye but dodo na yetumi aye den ye. Ono de wonya kwan aba be ye mampani ama ye hu dia obetumi aye aso mampani. Da Dr. Bawumia de onye nya akwanya enyo mampani ye. Yama ne kwan no no so ne de kakro betumi aye no onye ne yehwe be da mase bebre nyame ya adoma kwesiada ye be sanso hia. This has been the next chapter show of the New Patriotic Party and the Dr. Bawumia campaign. Makramuina.
Discotheques, our nightclubs, our hotels, 24/7, 24 hours a day.
Say